I'm Jason Robinhood, and these are the stocks of the day for Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. Okay, so it is currently 3:18 p.m. here in Las Vegas, Wednesday, January 12th, 2022, and we're going to go over the best performing stocks in the stock market today. We had a green day in the stock market. The Dow Jones was up 38 points. The S&P 500 was up 13 points. The NASDAQ 100 was up 34 points. The Russell 2K was down 17 points. The VIX is currently at a 17 handle, and the 10-year is currently at a 1.752 handle. In this series, we go over the best performing stocks in the stock market. We go over the four indexes: the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Russell 2K. We take about 5 of the best performing stocks from each index. And if there's any other stocks outside of those indexes, we cover those stocks too. But for this video, we're just going to go over about 20 stocks, about 5 stocks from each index. We don't have any stocks outside of any of the indexes. So we're going to go with the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones was green today. It was up 38 points. It currently stands at 36,290. We're going to keep an eye on that 37,000 mark. But one of the best performing stocks in the stock market today for the Dow Jones was Nike. As you can see, Nike was up a little more than 1% today. On the year, Nike's only up 3%, but for the past 5 years, it's up 182%. And Nike pays under a 1% dividend. A nice move today. Only up 3% year over year. Not a great move. The Dow Jones is up like 16%. But a good move for Nike today, over 1%. Next stock is CRM. Salesforce. As you can see, Salesforce was up a little more than 1% today. Salesforce is up about 9% year over year and over 221% the past 5 years. I don't think Salesforce pays a dividend. And for the past week, it's up 4%, but for the past month, it's actually down 10%. So not one of the best charts right now. It definitely still underperforming the Dow Jones, but a stock to keep an eye on. As you can see, if you were investing in this stock for over 5 years, you're getting over 221% gains. Next stock is Caterpillar, CAT. Ticker symbol CAT. Caterpillar, as you can see, was up a little more than 1%. For the year, Caterpillar is up about 14%. It's basically staying in line with the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is up about 17%. And for the past 5 years, Caterpillar is up over 131%. A pretty strong move the last few years since March 2020. You probably want to keep an eye on the number around 244. If it breaks that number, that's a pretty strong sign for Caterpillar. And Caterpillar pays almost a 2% dividend. So not a bad stock there. Not a bad stock at all. Next stock is Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. Microsoft was up a little more than 1% today. For the year, Microsoft is up over 47%. The Dow Jones is 17%, so Microsoft is almost 3 times. It's doubled the Dow Jones, at least almost 3 times. And for the past 5 years, wow, Microsoft is up over 407%. That's a pretty beautiful chart. As you can see here, not really many pullbacks, only that one significant pullback in 2020. But Microsoft is a great stock. It pays a little bit under a 1% dividend, but you know what? Over 400% the past 5 years, plus a 1% dividend. That's a really, really beautiful chart. And the last stock for the Dow Jones best stocks of the day is UNH, United Health. As you can see, United Health was up a little more than 1%, and it gained some percentage in the after-hours market. That's a pretty good, significant bull sign. For the year, it's up 32%, so just about doubling the Dow Jones. That's a pretty good move. And up 192% the past 5 years. So this is a pretty good chart to see. Pays over a 1% dividend. One of the best performing stocks in the Dow Jones if you're looking for a healthcare stock that pays a little dividend. So those were the 5 best performing stocks in the Dow Jones. As I mentioned, the Dow Jones was up 38 points. It's currently at 36,290. Now we're going to do 5 stocks for the NASDAQ 100. The first stock for the NASDAQ 100 is AMAT. As you can see, AMAT was up a little more than 4% today. That's a very strong move. For the year, it's up over 62%. That's a really strong move. And for the past 5 years, almost up 400%. So AMAT is a really, really great stock. It pays a little less than 1% dividend, but a pretty strong, beautiful chart with not many pullbacks in the past 5 years. Next stock is ticker symbol TSLA, Tesla. As you can see, Tesla was up over 4% today. Wow, what a move for Tesla. Tesla is up almost 3% for the week, but for the past year, it's only up 33%. That's a little surprising. I thought it was up a lot more than that. Not the strongest move in the world for Tesla, but a pretty good move. It's doubling the NASDAQ 100. And for the past 5 years, I mean, this stock is up 2,300 percentage point. That's a lot. Tesla represents about 22% of my portfolio, and that's all growth there. I'm not going to be selling any of my shares of Tesla anytime soon. Next stock is ticker symbol MELI, Mercado Libre, I believe, Mercado Libre. That stock was up almost 4% today. Didn't give any in the back in the after hours, but it's down 32% for the past year. That's a terrible move, but it's up over 600% the past 5 years. So this is a really, really strong chart. Mercado Libre. I probably won't be buying it. I mean, you can see a little bit late on this stock. You probably wanted to get into the stock around 2017. But since then, up over 600%. You have to wonder if the next 5 years, will you get another 600% return? I don't think so. But maybe you're most likely right. I don't want to doubt them at all. So you probably want to keep an eye on this stock, right, for the next 5 years. Because obviously the last year was down 32%. Not a great move. Next stock is ticker symbol OKTA. OKTA. This stock was up almost 3% today and didn't give any in the after hours. It's down 15%. This stock almost looks exactly like Mercado Libre, right? And it's up oh my goodness. This stock is up 800% in the past 5 years. Wow. Really, really strong move. But you see it has problems getting above this 290. It has problems getting above that 280. Over here, it's about 270. Has a big problem. So that's a trading. You want to probably keep an eye on that for this year. Can it break above 270? If it does, the sky is basically the limit because it's up 800% in the past 5 years. Keep an eye on this stock. OKTA. Next stock is ticker symbol NTS. NetEase was up a little more than 2% today. Picked up a little in the after hours market also. For the past year, it's actually down 2%. But for the past 5 years, it's up 131%. That's an interesting move. It pays almost a 1% dividend. Almost a 1% dividend. That's interesting. But it's still down 2% this year. And for the NASDAQ 100, the NASDAQ 100 was up a little more than 17%. So this stock is behind the market, behind the NASDAQ 100 by like 19%. Probably another stock that I'll be looking at adding to my portfolio. But I'll keep an eye on that stock this year. And the last of the best performing stocks for the NASDAQ 100 today is Lam Research, ticker symbol LRCX, Lam Research. You can see the stock was up almost 2% today. It's up 31%, so it's almost doubling the NASDAQ 100. And for the past 5 years, it's up over 536%. So this stock is clearly averaging over 100% per year. This is a stock you definitely want to keep an eye on this year, obviously. Pays a little bit less than a 1% dividend, but being up over 536% the past 5 years, obviously, you know, you want to see the next 5 years, can it gain another 500%? Either way, this is a beautiful chart. Probably want to keep an eye on Lam Research this year to see if it can gain over another 100% this year. So those were 5 stocks for the NASDAQ, 5 of the best performing stocks in the NASDAQ today. As I mentioned, the NASDAQ was up 34 points. It currently sits at 15,188. Next stocks we want to check are the S&P 500. We're going to check out 5 stocks there. We're going to go with ticker symbol CTRA. This is an energy stock. This stock, as you can see, was up over 6% today. A pretty strong move. Didn't give anything back in the after hours market. Stock's up 23%. The S&P 500 was up 27% last year. So this stock is basically in line with the S&P 500, but it's actually down 1% the past 5 years. Pays a little more than a 2% dividend. We've been in a bull market last 10, 20 years, so I'm not too crazy about a stock that's down 1% the past 5 years, but a pretty good move the past year, right? Probably want to keep an eye on this stock if you're looking for stocks in the energy sector that pays over a 2% dividend. Next stock is ticker symbol TTWO, Take-Two Interactive. Take-Two was up over 5% today. It gave a little bit back in the after hours market. We have to figure out what that is. Wow, this stock is down almost 25% the past year. That's a terrible move. But it's still up over 212% the past 5 years. That's interesting. Take-Two Interactive does not pay a dividend. It's an interesting stock. You want to keep an eye on. The video game maker. It's still down almost 8% last week, so it's probably not a stock I will be adding to my portfolio anytime soon. Next stock is ticker symbol FCX. Freeport McMoran. Freeport McMoran. Yep, McMoran, excuse me. That stock was up a little more than 5% today. Freeport McMoran is up a little more than 48% the year over year. And for the past 5 years, up over 200%. Wow, this stock has gone basically in a straight line since 2022. Or excuse me, since 2020, since March 20th, 2020. So this is an interesting stock right here. And it pays a little less than a 1% dividend. I'll add it to my portfolio. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'll add it to my watch list. I like the 200% the past 5 years. This stock, and plus it's past its all-time highs. At least for the past 5 years. You saw if it got above this 43 number that it can break out to all-time highs. And with a move like that plus 5% today, I may buy a share of this tomorrow. But this is a beautiful chart. I really like charts like this, especially up over 200% the past 5 years and breaking the resistance level. So I may add this stock to my portfolio tomorrow. But Freeport McMoran, one of the best performing stocks in the NASDAQ 100 today, up over 5%. Next stock is ticker symbol. What the hell is that? MOS, I guess that's, yep, MOS, ticker symbol MOS. You can see this stock was up over 4% today. A pretty strong move for ticker symbol MOS. Up over 56% the past year. Very strong move. And up 36% the past 5 years. Let me see, does it pay a dividend? It pays a little bit less than a 1% dividend. I'll keep an eye on this. I'll add it to one of my watch lists. I like the chart, and you can see once again, kind of like Freeport McMoran, that it's breaking above that resistance level. That resistance level was about here at 42, and it broke above that number today. So you definitely want to keep an eye on this stock. You can see it's up 6% in the past week, and it looks like it's hitting all-time highs. So this is an interesting stock to keep an eye on. One of the best performing stocks in the S&P 500 today. Up over 3%. Next stock is ticker symbol NEU, Nucor. Nucor was up a little more than 3%, almost 4% today. Wow, for the year, it's up over 100%. Excuse me. And for the past 5 years, it's up 89%. That's interesting. It's up over 101% this year, but the past 5 years, only 89%. You can see there's resistance around this number right here, 126. So if it could break that this year, this may be a interesting stock to look at buying. It pays a little more than 1.55% dividend, so that's interesting. I believe this is a part of the energy sector. But one of the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ, in the S&P 500 today was NEU Nucor, up over 3%. And the last of the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ, in the S&P 500 today was ticker symbol STE. Hold on, what is this? Yep, STE, up a little more than almost 3%. It didn't give any of that back in the after hours. Up over 20% past year, and for the past 5 years, wow, plus 252%. A really strong move. You can see not really much gives backs in the past 5 years. Does it pay a dividend? It pays a little less than a 1% dividend. So that's an interesting stock if you're looking for stocks in like the healthcare sector that pays a dividend, and it's up over 252% the past 5 years. And it looks like it's trading at all-time highs. So that's one of the good stocks to, if you want to look for stocks for the S&P 500. As I mentioned today, the S&P 500 was up 13 points. S&P 500 currently sits at 4,725. You definitely want to keep an eye on S&P 500 hitting that 4,800 mark. And for the last stocks for the stocks of the day for January 12, 2022, we're going to go over 5 stocks for the Russell 2K. First stock is ticker symbol EBIX. EBIX was up over 15% today. For the past year, this stock is down 7%. This chart is really bad looking. And it's down 38% the past 5 years. Not a great looking chart. Maybe if you're like a day trader and you want to look at a stock, I mean, the stock is already up 19% this past week, right? So that's interesting. If you're looking for like a day trade, you want to keep an eye on this stock right here. Ticker symbol EBIX, up over, how much was it up? Over 15% today. But it doesn't look like a good long-term hold. Next stock is ticker symbol VIR. This is a nice looking chart, and you can see even in the after hours market, it was still gaining. It was up 18% today in the after hours market and gained another 3%. That's interesting. You will probably want to keep an eye on that. Let me see what it's done for the week. For the week, it's up 22%. For the past year, a month is down 5%. Past 3 months, even for the past year, it's up somehow still up 43%. And for the past 5 years, up 155%. It's a biotechnology company. I do not believe it pays a dividend. But the highs happened around last year, around this time. So you probably want to keep an eye on this stock. You can see January, around this time, it went basically parabolic. It went from 27 all the way up to 76. And right now it's at 41. So this time last year, this is when the stock started to go parabolic. If you're a day trader or maybe looking for a stock for the long term, you probably want to keep an eye on VIR. As you can see, it was up almost 18% today. Is that over 18%? I think that is over 18% today, actually. Okay. Next stock is ticker symbol AMRS. AMRS. I think that's how you pronounce it. AMRS. Yeah, AMRS. AMRS was up a little more than 11% today. You can see it gained almost 1% in the after hours, and it gained almost 11% during the regular market. It's down 41% year over year, and it's almost a penny stock, and it's down 55% the past 5 years. Not a good stock to look at. But for the past week, it's up a little more than 11%. So if you're looking for maybe a trade, looking for a penny stock to trade, probably we want to keep an eye on AMRS. Next stock is ticker symbol TBBK, Bancorp. This stock was up almost 11% today, and then giving you back in the after hours is up 93% the past year. Hold on. And it's up 316% the past 5 years. That's interesting. This is a financial company. I'm going to add it to my watch list, of course. I want to keep an eye on this stock. It looks interesting to me. I may add a share of 2 of this stock if it keeps running. I like that it was up 11%, almost 11% today, and it did not give back any of the after hours. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this stock, up over 300% the past 5 years. Ticker symbol TBBK. Keep an eye on that stock. At least I will. Next stock is ticker symbol MIRM. Pharmaceutical company. It's up over 10% today. This looks like maybe a buyout. Let me see what happened here. Is there any news? I don't know. Looks like it may be a buyout. Either way, it's still down. It was still down 11% the past past year, and for the past 5 years, it's up 34%. You can see it hit just went all the way down to $7 in 2019 and ran all the way up to $25. So if you're looking for that $25, it seems like it has a problem getting above that. And you see that $25 mark, it's about $7 from here is where it reaches resistance. You probably want to, if you're looking at buying the stock, you want to keep an eye on that $25 mark. And the last stocks of the day for January 12th, 2022 is SpringWorks, ticker symbol SWTX. SpringWorks was up a little more than 8% today. It's actually down 8% year over year. But for the past 5 years, it's up 145%. It's a biopharmaceutical company. That's interesting. Doesn't pay a dividend. Not a bad chart. Not a bad chart at all. I mean, if you're looking for a stock that is kind of new to the market, it just IPO'd in 2019. That's up 145% the past 3 years. This is probably not a terrible buy here. It's a nice chart, and the only problem, it's down the past year. That's the thing you would have to worry about there. And you have to figure that out. Why is it down for the past year? And you can see that around February next month is when it hits its high. So if you're looking for a trade, maybe holding this stock for the next month and figure out what happens with that quarter in February. Does it stay above that number that you get to in February, or does it sell off like it did last year? Sold off around 93. Okay, so there you have it. Those were the stocks of the day for Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. The Dow Jones was plus 38 points. The S&P 500 was plus 12 points. The NASDAQ 100 was plus 34 points. The Russell 2K was down 17 points. Did you discover any new stocks in this video? Do you have any stocks in your portfolio that is performing well that you would like to recommend to myself or the other viewers of this video? I'm Jason Robinhood. These were the stocks of the day for Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. Stay long in the stock market.